Hey, everybody. How's it going, Andrea?
I'm going pretty good. How about you?
Very good. John, how you doing?
Hello, Andrew, and all the ships at sea.
And Heinrich, how you doing?
Hello, hello. Yes, all fine here.
Sweet. We got people coming in. Jolene says hello, everybody.
Hi, Jolene.
And then Jean says hi. Good to see you here.
Yeah.
So all the people that are in, come let us know where you're watching from. Welcome, everybody. Let us know where you're watching from. And I will give a quick summary. So today we're focusing on the betas. So Adobe Firefly beta, Adobe Photoshop beta, Adobe Express beta, and Adobe Illustrator beta. Showing you some of the nice AI that's coming into all these different programs, and some little tips and tricks, how-tos, and whatnot. So thank you all for being here. And my friend Rick from Florida is here. He's now an Adobe community expert.
Oh, yeah, Rick. Nice to meet you yesterday, by the way.
Yeah, welcome.
Rick's the real deal, man.
Someone from Florida. Someone says, hey. So yeah, let me just remind everybody. So if you're watching from the Facebook groups, please give StreamYard permission to show your name and profile pic. So I'll be able to credit you when you comment or ask questions. Just scroll down in the description till you see StreamYard.com/Facebook. Give that a click. Give permissions and jump on back. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Got hello, Richard Hyde from Chicago. What you pointing at, Heinrich? Suzanne from Arizona. Good to see you here, Suzanne. She's going to be doing a live with me.
Yeah,
soon.
that was a banner.
That's right. Heinrich is an Adobe Community Expert Firefly addict.
Yes.
In fact, we are all Adobe Community Expert and Adobe Express ambassadors. So we're experts in the house, ambassadors in the house.
Experts.
Man about town.
That's right.
There's four of us and there's a lot to go over. So let's jump on in. And
let's.
Shall we? So for me, I was going to go over the idea of taking a prompt, same prompt, and then going into Firefly beta, Adobe Express beta, and Photoshop beta, and seeing how it populates that image.
Hey.
Yes?
Do we want to tell the StreamYard how to get their name up there instead of Facebook users?
Oh, I did that.
Oh, I see a whole bunch, so I was wondering.
Yeah, I was saying that, make sure that you go down to the description, look for the link, StreamYard.com/Facebook, give that a click, and then give permission. That way it'll give your name and profile pic if you're watching from a Facebook group. So, and we have my friend Barbara's here.
Hey, Barbara.
Hi from your Photoshop and Lightroom group on Facebook. I'm headed off to YouTube to watch from there as well. Cool.
Excellent.
Appreciate it. That's Digital Art Drew on YouTube. Just past 2,000 viewers or subscribers. Not bad. Yeah.
Hello from hot Florida. It's got to be hot right now.
My friend Karen from, I think she's in Belgium, I think. Good evening.
Cool.
Okay. Yes. So my thing was I was going to take the same prompt and then run it through 3 different beta programs and see the different results, which I'm very kind of fascinated by. So let me move this over and then share my screen. Okay, so boom. Okay, so you can see the browser, right? It's wiggling, right?
Thanks, Rick.
Is it wiggling?
A little bit.
It is. It's wiggling like a toddler in church.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
It wasn't wiggling like that. It was not.
Okay, so here we are. Let's see. I'm going to jump over to the other tab, Adobe Firefly beta. So you get to that by just going to firefly.adobe.com. And if you're on the home page, as I am, you'll see that there's text to image, generative fill, and text effects. I'm going to go to the text to image area. You just click generate. And then they give you a preview of other people's work, nice little gallery, which as you hover, you can see what the prompt is. And then if you go to the bottom right of any image, you can try their prompt itself and generate your image. And then at the bottom middle is the area where you can describe your image that you want to generate. So I'm just going to paste animals hidden in the forest, playful yet macabre, Dolly K, folkloric realism, Moshe art.
Wow, that's a fancy.
Which I got from some of my other confident prompters in the groups.
Nice.
Oh, my friend here, Ellie from Cal State, Dominguez Hills. Nice. Okay, so these I think came out really good. I have them in the square aspect ratio, top right. And what happens is it generates 4. So if I click on the first one, you can see a larger view of it. And then if you hover up to the top right, you can favorite it. You can download it. And then you can also, if you click here, you can submit it to the Firefly gallery where other people, it might be showcased and other people can see it. And then the thing I like is once you click in this larger view, you can just hit the right arrow. I like that one. Kind of interesting. So hit download. And that's kind of cute too. These strange creatures on the right. So download that as well. That's cute. That reminds me of Where the Wild Things Are. Remember that?
Yeah. Yes.
Download. And maybe I should do the first one though. Is that the first one? Yeah.
Kind of like
I'm going to download the first one. What were you saying, Andrea?
Andrew.
I that was me doing my Andrea impersonation.
That was John.
Okay, don't confuse me now here. I would just, the simple prompt, just hit, generate. It creates a sequence of 4 that you can go through. Then just to let you know, there is the aspect ratio in the top right. So the minute I click that down arrow, you'll see there's landscape, portrait, square, widescreen, vertical. Then there's different kind of themes that you can give it to, popular, digital art, synthwave. And then if I scroll down, you can also change the color and tone, the lighting. Let me click on that. Yeah, backlighting, dramatic lighting, golden hour, etc. And then even the composition, which is pretty nice. So if I go to composition, you can see that you can do like a blurry background, close up, wide angle, etc. Pretty nice. And then before I jump into the other ones real quick, I'm just going to hit the refresh button at the bottom right to see what variations they make and see if they're better or worse, or just different. So interesting animals. This is scary, scary creature in the middle. What is that? I'm gonna have to get out of here. It's gonna haunt my dreams tonight. This is a little scary too. This creature here. It's like, what happened to its nose and mouth?
Oh dear.
I like the main creatures are quite good.
Yeah,
it's a cute one.
Yeah.
But is it me, or are the hands and eyes and mouth and whatever the mimic of people and also animals are getting better and better?
I think so.
I think so too.
Weeks or months.
One, two, look at that.
And not only for Firefly, but specifically in Firefly, I think they are getting way better as one or 2 months before.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that was Adobe Firefly. So easy to do, nice, fun. And then I'm going to now jump over to Adobe Express. And when I'm to get to the new Adobe Express beta, you just go to new.express.adobe.com.
Yeah.
And I'm in the home section. And then right from the get-go, I always like to format Instagram squares. So I can just say create from scratch as I hover over the Instagram template. And then there it is, 1080 by 1080. And then over here on the left, you can do upload from device or text to image. I want to do text to image. And so I'll just say square so it knows that it's part of my image here. And then in the top left, it says, tell us what image you want to create. I'm just going to paste that prompt again, the same exact one, and then hit generate. You can see the little progress bar. That's cute. And then what I want to do is click on this and then hit set as page background on the left so you can see it larger. And then when I click down to the image, and I go to where it says text to image generated, when I click back there and then scroll down, then I can see the sequence of the images I did. It's similar though. I like that it's similar but different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like this one. And
Well, they really cute yet macabre.
yeah, right. It's like a balance. So I like this one. So I'm going to go to the download top right and just PNG download. And I'm clicking through. That's kind of cute too. So I'm just going to download these quick. Weird. Cute though. I like it. Strange or cute. Yeah, I might as well download it. I can always review later. Okay. And then not to take up too much time, so I want to jump over to Photoshop. So I'm now in the Photoshop beta.
All right.
You're
just jumping all over the place.
Yeah, I wanted, like I said, I wanted to see the different ways it interprets that same prompt.
Absolutely.
So now my actions, I just go to 1080 by 1080, and I'll just call it forest animals. It's 1080, 1080. I still want them to get that contextual taskbar to go underneath the image. So I'm going to pin it here. Now, all I have to do is do a Command A, selects everything, and then in the contextual taskbar, it says Generative Fill. I click on that. I paste the prompt, and I hit Generate.
And fingers crossed. So Rick says he's got the definition of mochi, and I'm probably saying it wrong. But there you go.
It's a different spelling, though. This
Mochi.
is M-O-C-H-E art, which I believe is kind of maybe a Peruvian, like some of their ceramics and that kind of earthy tone.
I see.
Art. Yeah, mochi. My wife's Japanese, so mochi is a very yummy dessert thing. So these are very different.
These
so you see, a good way to work is when you're in the Photoshop beta, and you select all, and then you put in your prompt. Good way to work is to make sure you go to Window, and then go to, where is it? Properties. So make sure your Properties panel is open. So I just click here, my Properties panel will open. Once I do that, if it looks like this, make sure you click the down arrow for variations. Then you'll see the variations. That's pretty cool. I like that one. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's pretty cool. I like the texture, the patterns. Yeah. So those are three different ways of generating, Adobe Firefly style generative text to image with prompts using Adobe Firefly, then Adobe Express beta, and now Photoshop beta. So I'm going to jump back into the room. So that was fun, right? Just to see.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they were kind of similar, though.
Yeah.
I had tested it earlier, and there was some that were like very different or off, and I'm like, glad when we were live, it came through. So
yeah.
Okay, so who wants to go next?
Oh.
John, you want to go next? Andrea?
John.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to explain
put your hat on.
We'll let Henrik bring it home.
Because as you know, these are beta apps, and they are currently under construction, okay? It's a construction zone, so be careful. You got to wear your hard hat. All right, enough of that.
It's so funny.
Okay, so I'm going to share your stream.
All right, go for it.
There we are.
Oh, there's my screen right there. Okay.
Nice and colorful there.
Yeah, so this is something that is new in Adobe Illustrator, and I would like to preface this with a caveat. I, ladies and gentlemen, am a Photoshop guy, and I am unashamedly so. However, I do not know Illustrator like I should.
All right.
That is about to change, and because there are so many exciting things happening, and Illustrator is an incredible program, as you already know. But the latest one you'll find in the current version of Illustrator. If you go to the Illustrator beta app, you will not find this feature. So this is in the, let's see, what version? Can you see my 27?
Adobe Illustrator 2023.
2023. version 27.6.1. So
Okay.
that's what's going on there. And this,
Nice.
it's a beta application, but it is in the current version of Illustrator. Okay.
Great.
So just so everybody's on board with that. So I'm going to select everything. I'm going to Command A, select all this stuff. And again, I'm a Photoshop guy. I'm going to go up here. Okay, hang on, do it again. All right, so I'm going to go up here to this little fella here. If you see that, it says recolor artwork. You can also get to it from
Where is that though? I don't see that.
Oh, it's up at the top. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. Can you see it's at the very top on your tab on your
See
toolbar?
the options bar.
It's not showing your option.
Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
Did you choose share full screen?
Yeah. Let me see. Stand by.
Go back and let him check.
Please stand by.
Please stand by. Okay, I'm gonna present and I'm gonna
Stand by.
share my screen.
It's all right.
Sorry about that. All right, and hang on. There we go.
Okay,
All right.
there we go.
Oh, is that better?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah, I already had it there, John. You didn't need to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, are we good now?
Yep.
Okay, great. All right, so if you go up here to the top, now you can probably see it now. It says recolor.
Okay, recolor artwork. Yeah.
A little doodad there. Boop. You have to push that doodad, and you get this thing here. It shows all the colors of the wind. No, it shows all the colors of this artwork, and you can see it. It's like quite a vibrant color palette in this one. By the way, I didn't do this. Come on, I downloaded this from Adobe stock, and I thought it would be a good example of demonstrating how generative recolor in Illustrator works. And here you have the tab says generative recolor beta.
Nice.
And you have some art. You already have some sample prompts here, like lavender storm and
Wow.
sandy stone beach, etc., etc. And you can try these out, and you can see you get some interesting, cool results.
Very nice. Yeah.
Type in your own. Let's see.
that's cool.
Cool summer. Let's see. Cool breeze. How about that? It's just like I'm naming. Like sounds like something you like Febreze or something.
Yeah. So it's got a nice blue.
Yeah, you kind of so you get an idea there, and plus it kept your others there, so you can just scroll down, compare all these. But I thought that was just the bee's knees right there. Okay, so I'm just going to reset that, and I'm going to close it. And I've got something else, if you bear with me. So I, again, not being an Illustrator guy, but I had some fun. I made this little composite here in Photoshop, and taking like basically images of trees and these houses, and then put the cat like kind of peeking over the top.
The houses reminding me of San Francisco.
It was.
Yes.
Painted ladies.
It is San Francisco. It's either San Francisco or London because they have those kind of houses there.
Nice.
So, So I thought maybe I could try it with something I made in Photoshop and then bring it into Illustrator and see what happens. So up here you have image trace. See here you have some options here. You have you can create like different styles from this image trace. I am gonna let's pick 16 colors, I think. Just see how that looks. Okay, so what it's gonna do is it's gonna look at that, and it's gonna Illustrator's gonna interpret all that and go, here, how's that? Yeah, that's not bad. For this purpose, let's
It looks
just
like a silk screen now, right?
yeah, kind of almost like you put on a t-shirt. Yeah. Okay, so I like that. I'm going to vectorize it by clicking expand. Oink. So now there it is. It's all vector shapes. If you look in your layers panel, you see 4 billion shapes.
Only 4 billion.
Only 4 billion though, so it's not so bad. I'm going to get rid of this white background here. So if you go over here and you see that, yeah, there's just mostly color now.
Okay.
But that's all I'm going to do. Oh, and one more thing. I've been having so much fun with Illustrator. I think I can see Illustrator becoming my new jam late, y'all. So I'm just saying. So yeah. And then you could go in here once again and recolor your artwork right there and just see what happens. So I'm going to go to Generative Recolor, and let's just try one of these. Let's try the dark blue midnight. It's kind of a sample thing here. And you see you get some, let me move that out of the way. So you get some interesting results with that.
So there's a variety of suggested color templates, and then you can just go in and add your own prompt for a color template as well.
That's right. Okay. Or you could say, I don't know, throw one out there. Give me a prompt.
Bubblegum.
Bubblegum. I love it.
If it becomes pinkish.
Bubblegum.
Barbara says amazing Illustrator results.
Yeah, isn't it cool? You can just kind of like, even if you're not an Illustrator guy like me, this is easy peasy.
Yeah, see the pinkish.
Yeah, interesting there. So yeah, you could just go wild with that, and so
pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that.
Excellent, thank you. Pretty cool. And let's see, Gene asks, why can't I get a soldier in the American Revolutionary War? I want to do something for July 4th using a 1776 soldier. I think what's happening is if you go to Firefly and you put in a prompt and you say soldier or gun or certain words, they won't let you use it. So there are certain things that are prohibited to keep it safe. So keep it a safe space. That might change a little bit more when it can be used for commercial use, and they know that there might be a wide range of it, being used for different creative paid projects. But they're just trying to keep it safe, so that's why there are certain restrictions. Wouldn't you say so, Henrik?
Yes, I often had this question in the support forum. You always have the possibility to explain what you want to with words. What the image should be. So soldier is maybe a person in some kind of suit. You can imagine what I mean, and try to do this. Right, it's also the thing with blood. Often the game developers want to do some picture in some kind of sci-fi way with the soldiers. We know all this Star Wars, Star Trek thingies. But yes, you can't use always weapons and blood and violence in it. So try something else.
Right. So if you can't use a certain direct naming or copyrighted name, as Henrik said, use something that's descriptive of the same thing.
Yes.
And then Barb says, can you enter words like patriotism? Give it a try. Go to Adobe Firefly and type it in, try different variations, or like as Henrik said, if that word itself doesn't work, then something that's similar to what patriotism exudes.
You can always rephrase your prompt and try other words, and sometimes it works, sometimes not. Sometimes it works later. Maybe we came to this later on my part. I tried rainbow, and the first tries I have this comic-y rainbow, and later on the day, because other people also try rainbow, also took this on, it looks a little bit realistic. So,
all right. So who wants to go next, Henrik or Andrea?
I'll go. And
ladies first.
Henrik can.
You want to go, Andrea?
Yeah, he got me with that chivalry. Do you see that?
Let me get you.
I can't say no to that. What?
And let's see, add stream. There's your stream.
All right.
Andrea is in Express.
I am. I'm in Adobe Express. First, let me tell you real quick. Not feeling 100%, so I'm having some. So if you hear my voice go out, I may have to pause and drink water. But
you sound good though.
Don't mind that. We're cool. All right.
Andrea, your 50% is my 100%. So
I tell you what, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Sound good though.
All right.
Sound good.
So I'm going to take you through Express, and the one thing I want to point out is because this is such a hot, AI is so hot right now, and on the first page of the screen is the text to image and the text effects, just super awesome. Right. So really, you come here and it's right there. You know what I mean? So whatever you want to do, and even if you go down here, you see suggested quick actions, text to image, and text effects are here. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and start from here. So generate text to image. Andrew already showed you how to do it from a size from scratch. So we'll click in here, and since you asked,
yeah, that's great. Exactly. We'll try it now. Patriotism.
Hey. Yeah, let's just type patriotism. Now, typically it tells us that that's too short, but I'm a rebel. I do what I want.
Exactly.
So let's see. And then you'll see that it instantly opens into your workspace. So as you can see, these are the results that came up from patriotism. So you can do it and put it into whatever program of your preference and see how it works. I like that. That's kind of cool. Good. So if I wanted to do this, if this was my jam, I don't know that I would do this, but since we're here, why not play, right? So I might add some, neon, like try to see like what the different effects are with that. Don't want neon. Let's do synthwave.
Synthwave gives it a boost of color.
Yeah, I like that. And synthwave mixed with neon is crazy. So I'm not gonna do that. But
synthwave might change the red, white, and blue though to
it might
purple, blue, and like ocean blue.
This is our world. Who gonna check us, boo? I'm just saying.
Right. No rules.
Let's try it. Yeah, if we want to get crazy, I would go to movement, but I'm not gonna go that crazy. Let's just go ahead and
Oh, come on.
Okay, I'm gonna listen. But John said so. So
yeah, don't get too crazy, I told her.
Whoa, that's so different.
Very different. Now, the one thing I would say that is better that Andrea did is, so when I went in and I went to the template and I chose Instagram, it made that little square inside, and then I had to say add to background. If you do it this way, where you go right into text image in Adobe Express Beta, it fills up the whole size, which is nicer. So I do like this kind of approach to it. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And then it still gives us the same results. If you wanted more, you just load more, and they'll show you.
It's a little funky with the type, though. Can you click on the bottom left one? Yeah.
This one? Okay. I didn't want to, but I will.
Happy Independence
Day. That's what I'm talking. That's dope.
Oh, it's a new holiday.
What about the bottom right one? What does that say? Independence.
Interroid Thief Day. Oh.
Interroid the Thief Day.
Well, my favorite.
Always gets funny with the text. It's always funny.
Because I like a challenge, right? I'm gonna choose this one. Oh my god. But that's how you pretty much can generate whatever. But I'm gonna choose this one because I'm a rebel. And then I would go in and play with some of the other options that they have, like erase. You know what I mean? And I might go in, I might change the brush size, and I might just do something kind of crazy with this area. You know what I mean? Like I might put a picture in picture, but I know what I don't want is that text, and then I could restore a little bit of that if I wanted to. But I don't want you to see this and you have something that you really, really like, and you're like, I'm not going to do that. That's just horrible. Figure out different ways you can salvage it. So, and then I might add maybe text to image, because you can get to everything here. Ooh. So I might add
Saul Goodman. No, Uncle Sam.
Oh, okay, yeah, I like
just
that.
Go up to top.
He's a. We'll try it because he's a person. So I don't know if it'll like an actual famous person. But let's see. If we get an error, we get in trouble. That's just whatever. Oh, yeah. Hey, look at that. We didn't get in trouble.
Looks more like that wrestler guy.
Yes. And
Randy Savage there.
And look at what else it did, though. It filled in that area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interesting.
With Uncle Sam. So, there are other options that you can do. You can also add animation or whatever to it. So I'm going to go back to, I had something else I wanted to do. I'm going to go to a template. And then let's say we wanted to do this for our, I know Drew did Instagram, which is my favorite. Let's do an Instagram reel. Why not?
Yeah.
I love this reel feature. I'm telling you. So let's say I want to do, I'll type in again and see if they have any. And they do. Look at that.
Of course.
No.
It is mind-boggling.
It is.
How many assets they have available. It's
oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, generous with all that.
Oh, look, that's a photo, but I kind of like this. Extra photo better. So I can add pages to this, and what it's doing is this isn't the same as this one. So it's saying, you know, do I want to add pages or do I want to start a new project? So I can add pages to this one. I'm just going to add pages to it. So this is going to give me a second page. So if I wanted to do a carousel on Instagram, I could, you know, do that. So there's my page 1 where we just were, and here's my page 2. So you can see how this can be sort of like a, you know, a little series that you want. So whatever I wanted to do here, I could go back and let's see what I want to do. I'll close off templates, and then maybe I will add some text. And then look at that. It's everywhere. See what I'm saying? Look, we didn't even do anything. And here it is. It is everywhere.
Everyone loves it so much, right?
So yeah. So regardless, you're going to know that you can generate text no matter what, you know, and I can maybe grab something from here. I did a whole thing with the balloons for Juneteenth. It came out pretty cool. I'm going to do this one. It's furry. And don't make the mistake that some of my students make where they were like, oh, it's not working, and they go to something else. It really takes time for it to generate. So I have rainbow furry hair, which is what it says. I can change this, just a piece of this to say like, oh, go ahead. What were you saying, Andrew?
I was just going to say maybe red, white, and blue.
Okay.
Something.
A red, white, and blue furry hair.
Yeah. Yes, why not?
Or flag, maybe.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's get crazy.
Yeah, let's get crazy. You know,
Let's get crazy.
a better name.
Oh yeah,
red, white, and blue flag. That's pretty cool.
That
right?
is so different. It is. And then if I was, you know, happy with that, you know, I can go back and I can still put certain things on it. Like I can still put a shape behind this. I can still put shadow. Let's try shadow first. I do like the new shadows. I usually choose strong, but they have options in here. I can change the color of the shadow. Maybe I want it to be dark blue.
Right. Yeah, shadows are a nice addition.
It is. And then I can play with the distance as well. There's my furry shadow. Hey, my furry shadow.
So it looks like it's flying itself, right?
Yes. And then I can change the angle of it as well if I want. Now, typically, we know who's kidding. This is a demo. No way in the world would my text look like that. But for you guys, we're going to pretend that it is amazing. I can still put a shape behind here. If you don't like any of these shapes, you see that show more. If you see it there, click it. And then you can do some other stuff with it. I can make this, you know, whatever color I want, if that's what I want. But I don't. And if I don't want it, I'm not married to it. I can get rid of it. So you still have options. You can also animate it. I know we're talking about, oh my gosh,
reels,
generation, Lord, yeah, and reels. But what we can do is I can click on animation, and I can actually animate this, and it's cool because you can do all 3 of these, or you can do 1 or 2. So your options are in, looping, or out. So if I click on in, I got some options. You know, like I can make it come in like this. I can. So it's, yeah. There's a lot. So if I choose bungee,
bouncy furry.
Then I can set the duration for like 1 second. It only goes up to 4, but like maybe I'll say I want this to happen for like 1.5 seconds. How many bounces do I want? Maybe I want 4 bounces.
Yeah.
what
Oh,
direction
Ooh, direction
I want
too.
it
That's
to go
good.
how
with.
many bounces? That's interesting.
Play with. I can play with the direction. I would definitely change that word from furry, but we're not gonna talk about that. And then if I want, what do I want to happen as the animation ends? I can choose an out for it, and maybe I want that to fade. So at that point, that's where it's gonna fade. And then I have this timeline that you have to check this box right here where it says show layer timing. You get into some really, really fun stuff. And when I want furry to come in,
Yeah.
you know, and then
Love that.
yeah, I am so in love with
Yes.
and it's gonna make teaching it for my students so much easier. So we no longer have to, you know, have to fight programs. So I think that is, let me look. Good. Is that good, Andrew? Time-wise?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so I think that is good. And we will pass the mic to
Heinrich.
Next one.
He's gonna blow our mind. That's
Okay.
what he does. That's what he does.
So Heinrich, what do you want to go over?
Heinrich, try to top that, man.
I don't know. Hey, Andrea is the best. I can't top that. And also John and Andrew, I can't.
Not
top
everyone.
that.
Okay.
I try my best to fit in. So, right now I want to,
We see your
get in line
Express.
with Andrea. I have prepared a little bit. So that's only some kind of text effect, or also in Express. But we don't talk about this little new thing on the left.
I love it.
It's called add-ins. And some of you maybe know one or two of these add-ins from maybe Photoshop or from the Creative Cloud or something like that. There are some plugins that can be used in Photoshop or Illustrator or InDesign, but you also have this now in Adobe Express, and the plugin library is growing. So maybe, as I want to have some kind of brand, some kind of, yes, as I said, I can't pronounce it anymore. So I want some logo from Adobe. And now I have it. I don't have to search it anymore. I want to be a part of, let's say, I'm not sure if it's in there. Meta recruiting. Oh, it's a Meta logo. It's a little bit small, but it's in there. Tell me another brand. Ford Motors, maybe. Oh, you can place your logos in there.
Nike.
That's interesting. Also, you have these some logos, some icons, you name it, in from Instagram to some normal icons or whatever you want.
They're gonna have to let us use this for commercial use soon with all these logos and stuff.
That I think is in planning. Maybe, I don't know, but I found it very interesting. So you can choose very quickly some kind of icons you want to post, some social media stuff or whatever, and you want to place your link in there, your link tree or whatever. And you always want to choose these icons, and you want to search for them. So you have it here. And you can see there are many plugins. I don't have all installed. Here on the top, you have your installed ones, and in the bottom, there are many more. Maybe they're also getting into the Creative Cloud in the future. I don't know.
Nice.
So that's was it for Express. And now I
before you leave though, if you scroll down on the add-ons. Let's see. So yeah, just scroll down. The click on the attention insight one. That's quite nice. Where, and then you kind of add it to your, add it. With a design like this, it's already pretty focused. But what it'll do is you just say on the right what you are testing. So
if it's good for social media, how good is it attention in words of, how good will it be seen on the interwebs,
Yeah.
I'll show you like a
Instagram and
See.
something like
card.
that.
Say
So-
that is handy. All right, I like that a lot.
Some kind of heat map of attention.
That's right.
Let's say it
Yes,
this
yeah.
way. Then you can see where the people look the most,
That's right.
and not so much here on the make text, but
Adobe
most on the
forgot there.
on the both logos. So
Yeah,
yes,
the logo is interesting.
that's what logos are for. They draw attention. So you can test
So,
out.
yeah. So you could bring in your own design here and then
Yes.
run this add-on, and you can kind of get an idea of how thumbnail or your ad campaign or whatever, and how people are perceiving it. That's fantastic. I've got to try that.
Yes.
And as Rick says, it also has OneDrive and Dropbox, which is pretty great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. You can also, and here Bueno NFT, if you are in the NFT world,
Yeah.
you can also connect with those.
Cool.
Also, because I'm sipping my coffee on my Erlenmeyer-Kolben or
You're-
on my
Hold it
flask
up and I'll
here.
put you in solo mode for a second.
there you go.
Show everyone. Yeah, nice.
Mm.
Mm,
Take it better in a beaker.
the beaker. So you also have here on the top this thingy where you can go to the Discord server. And as we all know, we all sucker for new prompts. We want to have new prompts. And there you can also look at other people's work. Also in the Facebook groups from Andrew or my Facebook group, Adobe Firefly. Little bit advertising is okay, I think. And also you can here make a bug report, and
Oh, that's good.
like in a few minutes I came to Firefly, but here there's a button missing where you can give feedback, so the developers know, hey, I want to have a plugin for this, or I want some shapes in the form of whatever. Here it's missing.
Mhm.
In Adobe Firefly, so I switch here. I also have the beaker, and here we have this point, submit an idea. So I can submit an idea
Great.
and have a little bit more, well, let's say, engagement to the developers. That's a little bit missing to the beta. Maybe one of the Adobeans look this
Well, and
stream, and he can, or she can, or whatever, can place this also
I think
in
Andrea had a
in
question.
the new. Oh,
In-
yes, sure.
in the beta, they're doing it through Discord. So if you click on the little light bulb, that's Discord. That's where you submit like your ideas and projects. They have once you go into Discord, they have what is it called in Discord? Groups. One of the groups.
Yeah.
You can submit your
Um,
ideas and stuff in.
Communities, groups.
But
Channel.
it's not for me, but because on the light bulb I only get some kind of help, but I don't get
me, I have-
any link to the Discord. I only in the Discord itself you can do that. That's right,
Mhm.
but you cannot directly here in the beta from Express click or here on the top on any button and say I want to give directly feedback. Yes, you can here to the Discord server, and there you have a channel for the feedback. That's all. That's right.
Oh, it's the beaker. Do you have it on the first one in the beaker where you join the Discord?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Here's the Discord, and the second one is a bug report. Sorry for it's in German, but here in Firefly it's in English. So you have here I have this 3 contents in under the beaker, and in beta in the new I only have I have these 2 ones. So that's a little different.
Yeah, I can go in.
So now we are on Firefly.
Yes.
We talked very much about all this new things here in beta. I only want to talk something also where we don't talk about. That is maybe I'm a little bit lazy, so I'll try this one. I want to change this bottom.
Right. So he's in generative fill.
I'm in
Adobe
generative
Firefly.
fill in Firefly, not in Express and not in Photoshop beta, but I think most parts work the same. But I want to show something that works a little bit better in Firefly than in the others. So I came a little bit later to that. So yes, I could have changed the brush a little bit bigger. So this got a little bit faster, but you hear my voice and you like my voice and you look what I'm doing, and it's not much time, and maybe I'm just right ready. You can see. So, and here at the bottom, I will take sunny beach. And hopefully,
Yeah.
We have a Firefly.
We take a little zip out of our beaker.
Gazinga!
Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So
Yes.
I want to keep this.
Yes.
And maybe you think yes, it's cool.
I want to visit
And
this.
here, I want to try something. Yesterday I tried here, and I want to put in a rainbow.
Ooh.
Yesterday it was a little bit comic-y, and I hope that it's a little bit more realistic if I put in there some kind of rainbow. Why is there no rainbow?
Because it wants to be different.
Don't.
I liked your drawing of this.
Sometimes you
direction
have to
that
look
it's
for the rainbows.
Yeah.
I mean, like really look.
I want a pot of gold and a leprechaun there too.
colorful rainbow.
But space, because it's always about the spelling that I learned the hard way.
There you go. Yeah,
So
we're getting somewhere.
They are a little bit better. Yesterday I got a little bit of comic-y style, and that was not so much fun. But these are not so cool. This is a good one.
Kind of cool. Yeah.
So
And one thing I did see in a video just yesterday was what he did first is the best way to do it. He painted in the direction that he wanted it. Like, it's better to do that with like a brush like he did than to just put like a square marquee. So you wanted, if you're going to put in a castle, you'd want to draw something that's suggestive of a castle shape as opposed to just a square. So pretty good.
I'll get it.
No problem.
Someone's ordering pizza for all of us.
How many times have I told you not to call me?
Here, I have the salami pizza. It's for me.
I love Firefly.
We all know this stuff. We all can produce some kind of image, but maybe some of you don't know, when we download this, we always get this promoting transparency in AI, and these content credentials will be included. We all don't think about it very much, but yes, we download this maybe, and it's all fine. So I will download this here. So the thing is, we also can verify that this image is from me personally, or I have created this with Adobe Firefly, or when I'm in Adobe Photoshop and I use maybe some stock images, I also can prove that I used these images. For this example, or to verify that this image is from me personally or from anyone, we have this thing called content authenticity. This is an organization where Adobe is very heavy involved, and we also have this webpage which can be found at verify.contentauthenticity.org.
Great.
And here we have an example. I will go a little bit about it. If we want to tell if this image is true, let's say we have an image we found on the interwebs. So, and here is a little computer, and there is a screen on it, and on the screen there are some pyramids in the snow, and someone says something about it, like Why is it snowing in Egypt? Is it for real? Is it real news? Is it fake news? What is it? Now we can try to prove that it's wrong or that it's right. And for this example, we see this here in this, that this image has a content of 2 images. The one is a stock image from Adobe Stock with a widescreen. If we go back, we also have something from any social media. And for this, we don't have in any copyright owner or something for what it's built with. It can be any images, can be a screenshot or whatever. But both combined, it has this assumption that this could be a real news from the internet. But as you can here see, it's made with Adobe Photoshop. In Adobe Photoshop, the asset was imported, the asset was combined, this stock image and this screenshot. There was some color corrections, and the size of this small screenshot was placed in there.
That's amazing.
Cool.
So we have to, so that's the small part that is placed in Adobe Firefly, where we as a creative can prove that an image is from us. If we are in Photoshop, also in the beta, we have also this panel. And if you can connect this panel to maybe your Behance account, your Twitter account, or another account where your name is in there and it's with some kind of improvement. And then you can see, and then you can see in this panel that it's from you.
And Henrik, Charismatic Art, asks, "What is this website again?"
This website is the main. You can find it at the main homepage from the content.
Yeah. So verify dot.
You can go. No, you can go to the homepage of the content authenticity.org. And here on the right, you have the go to verify. And then you are on the verify page, and then you can to check any image, and then you have this one. And now I want to try it with another image from me.
It's interesting. John had posted the link, and then it puts it under my name.
So here's an image. So here's an image that I edited earlier, and here you can see what Adobe Firefly right now puts in it. That's from June the 7th. Right now, there is only, in there that it's made with Adobe Firefly, which version of Firefly, and that I created it because I don't edit it. So this is an image created with Adobe Firefly. That's what I wanted to show in short, because maybe someone has an image, want to check if it's okay. Right now, also, this tool is also in beta. For right now, it's a little bit tricky because if these images are uploaded to some social media or whatever, or you take screenshots, it not always have this metadata in the image. So if you edit this image with some kind of editing tool, these data on the right are not in there anymore. But I think they are working on it, that it's not always lost. But you can, if you create one of those images with Photoshop or any other Adobe tool in the future, if for Adobe Express for the new beta and for Firefly, it's automatically in there. And in the future, it will also have your personal data. in it when you choose that you want to be in it. You can always choose in Photoshop, if you try it there, that you don't want your personal data. You only want to show, hey, it's created with Photoshop and it's created on the date, so that you can prove it's from you, but not the personal data. It's a little bit for the DSGVO part here in Europe.
Cool. And I just thought of something that I could show real quick. Can I show something in Adobe Express beta?
Hopefully you can.
Okay,
Do I have your permission?
we'll allow it.
This time.
Go for it. Go for it.
Let me see. So go to window.
Hey, by the way, y'all, it just started pouring down rain. It is pitch dark outside. Can you hear thunder? I hope it's not distracting.
No.
I like thunder. I wish you could hear.
And
Henrik, I just have
my hair would catch on fire, but
I have a quick question for Henrik, just from an educational about Verify that you just showed. Can you now I know it's set up for our work, but can you put other work in there and it verify that work as well? Or do you know, like if Andrew sends you something, will you be able to put that in there and verify it?
Yes. As long as it produced, let's say Andrew produced something with Adobe Firefly, makes an image, sends it to you, and you use this original image, put it in Photoshop, and put some of your artwork to this. Also, if it's only a small part or whatever, as long as it's in the whole realm of the Adobe products, and it's not deleted manually because it's only metadata for right now. Yes, it's in there, and all maybe members of some kind of agency who work together with all kinds of assets. Let's say Andrea produces some kind of AI artwork. Andrea puts some text in it. John puts some shapes in it, and all put together. And this tool will show you all the single assets in this composition.
All right, educators, we got a new tool for our students. All right, go ahead, Andrew. Check that work.
Always good to know this. I know that this is also a little bit of legal stuff behind it, and it's sometimes a little bit dry, but I hope that helps some people who are a little bit afraid, what's happening to my work? It's created by AI. I don't know what
let me show this feature in Adobe Express. I was thinking of, so if you go back to Adobe Express, you have the home, the top left, and then you also have your stuff. Access all your files, brands, and libraries. So if you have worked on something, and here's even some of the images that worked on today, but here's like a static promo I did, or design that I did, and I was just thinking, here is the static artwork. What I can do is I can just go to add, and I can duplicate page, top right. So I can duplicate the page, and so it's not affecting the first one. I can now click on this, and then the minute I click on it, if I go over to the left, I can go down to animation, and so I can click on in. I could say drift, and maybe make the duration a little bit longer, like 2.8 seconds. Do a quick preview, and then I could do digital art. I click on that one, and then I go down to the left, click on animation again at the bottom, and I could say in, but maybe coming from drop. Oh, slide is real fast. Look at that. Spin. Yeah, maybe spin. Spin's fun. So make it a little bit slower duration so I don't make people dizzy. And then intensity, that's smaller intensity. Yeah, just kind of more graceful, but in between. And then I could go to the last one, photo editor. Once again, look on the left under text, scroll down to animation. And then I could say maybe out, and I could say drift. That would drift over to the right. And duration, give it like a 3 second. So 3 different text elements that were static before. Then I just go down to the timeline. I move the cursor back to the beginning, hit play. Photo editor one's a little bit slow for my liking, but the cool thing is even if it looks like it's off the page, the minute you click on it, you're in that, and then you can make the duration a bit longer. And then where the personality says energetic, I'm going to make it smooth. So then you see, yeah, maybe that's a little bit too long, but there's a preview.
Too smooth, Andrew. You're too smooth.
There we go. So that's a little bit better. So then I just bring it back, hit play. So those two come in, and then photo editor. Yeah, the only thing is photo editor takes a little time to think.
But do what Andrea did and go down and click that. I'm just curious, Andrew. Show layer timing.
Yeah.
Click what?
Show layer timing. Toggle
layer timing.
Right
oh
below
yeah. So
get some nice
bottom left. Show layer timing.
Timelines. Yeah,
so that's really good for also where if you think that the overall animation's too long, you can go here to the right of it, click on it, and then you can, as you can see the number change, you can make the whole animation shorter. Yeah. So I like 3 seconds or 3.1 seconds. So now when I bring this back, then it's all, the whole thing is much faster. Yeah. So
and yet smooth. Yeah.
Smooth operator.
I like it.
Smooth operator. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
Yeah, there you go. Do it, John.
I'm Andrew Kavanagh. Hey. I'm Mr. Cool. No, I'm not. Okay.
You are Mr. Cool.
So Angel was saying you can do all 3 for every object too. Yeah. So you can always animate your text in Adobe Express Beta. Yeah. Okay. And then let's see. Quick question from Wolfgang is where can I find the verifying in Photoshop?
Great
so
question.
It's separate. You right, Henrik? You have to go to the verify content authenticity. Yeah.
For right now, it's this extra website. If you are a developer or if you are some kind of administrator for some kind of web server, there is the code of this verifying tool available, so you can place it anywhere on some website. So you can drag and drop some image in there, and if content where is in there and the content info is in the image, it will be shown the same way as it's on this verify page from content-authenticity.org. You can place it on I can place it on my website, henrikheigle.de. So it's the same. For right now, it's this. I think, I'm not sure, but you can find it on the website. I think, I should look it up quickly. I'm not sure. Yes, you have on the top, you have this open source tools. You can look through all the documents. You have some kind of JavaScript SDK, the tool itself as some standalone tool, and so on and so forth. You can find all this info on the website of the content-authority.org.
Right. And then someone asked, how do I add Firefly to Photoshop Beta? I have the latest beta version installed, but can't find Adobe beta apps with the Firefly 4. So the Firefly 4 is just the name that we give ourselves when we do these lives. But for Firefly in Photoshop Beta, that's kind of integrated. So you have to make sure that you go to the Adobe Creative Cloud. What's up with the pointing, everybody?
Oh, we're the Firefly 4. I was
you go to the Adobe Creative Cloud, you go to all apps, and then you can scroll down to the beta apps, and then make sure you install the latest Adobe Photoshop Beta. Then when you launch that, you create a new document, select all. The minute you select everything, the contextual taskbar at the bottom will say generative fill, and you can click on that. Then you type your prompt, and then you hit generate, and it will create whatever you want, which is pretty cool. I mean, you can be in Photoshop and you can type in like Irish countryside, and all of a sudden there's an Irish countryside there, and then you can select areas to add new elements to.
I think that's also not so clear. I think it's not also clear for many people that Firefly is a bunch of these whole modules like generative fill, like text to image and something like that. And these modules are built in other applications. So in Adobe Express, you have this Firefly module that's called their generative fill as some part of Adobe Express, but the engine, so the program code underneath is Firefly. And that's the same with the Photoshop, and that's the same with the Illustrator part.
Same engine. Yeah.
So always have in mind that's essentially always Adobe Firefly underneath.
On the generative fill in the Photoshop beta, one quick note, this happened to me, and I don't know if it happens to anybody else because I'm just weird, but my taskbar, the generative fill bar did not naturally come up. I had to, so if you go up to Window in Photoshop and scroll down, you'll see it there in the beta app, generative fill.
Good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So want to give a, let's see, yeah, Angel says thumbs up. So yeah, I wanted to give a shout out and let you know where you can find a lot of this stuff. So for Adobe Firefly beta, you can go to firefly.adobe.com. Firefly.adobe.com.
There it is.
Explore, have fun.
Yeah, go crazy.
For the Adobe Express beta, that is, well, I got the old one. I got the, that's the regular Express. But I think if you go here now, if you go to adobe.com/express or express.adobe.com, there will right at the top middle be something that says explore the beta. Right, Andrea?
Yep.
That's right.
Oh, and if you were late coming into the today's live, you can always go back and watch the replay.
That's right.
On YouTube.
And so I will get to that where you can see that again.
But
sorry, before that,
I'm stealing your thunder.
Take you through some of the groups that I think you should join if you aren't already there. The first one is, with all this love for Adobe Firefly, come join Henrik's Adobe Firefly group, which is at facebook.com/groups Adobe Firefly, which is growing at a rapid pace.
It
like 5,000 and 10,000. Now it's 12,000.
It's growing like wildfire. Fly.
It's wild thing.
Fireflies.
Oh, John.
And then I have an AI art and digital art group. That's facebook.com/groups/AI art digital art. So come and join that as well. And that one is, of course, for people who want to share Adobe Firefly, Adobe Photoshop beta, Adobe Express beta images, but it's also open to you being able to share images from Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, Leonardo, Bing Image Creator, or just, digital art you create in Photoshop or any other program. So, and a lot of the people who attend these lives are members from the Photoshop and Lightroom groups. So do consider joining the Photoshop and Lightroom group, facebook.com/groups, Photoshop Lightroom group. And let's see a couple comments before I jump into sharing where you can follow us. And Charismatic Art says, Henrik, I am a Firefly addict as well.
It's addictive. Look out. It should come with a warning.
I always said at the beginning, I was there from the beginning, and I'm a Photoshop beta tester from the first time on. I always say, don't blame us, don't blame me, don't blame the people on the Discord, don't blame the people on Facebook. If you don't have any time in the day for your friends, for your family, if you sit the whole day behind the screen and get to the prompting stuff and perfect the images and something like that, don't blame us. Yes, we know it's addictive because we have it here in our little thingy and on our button bar underneath. We are.
You just have to make time for it.
Yes.
And so if you want to follow us on the different social, first is you can follow Andrea on her YouTube at Happy Teach to You for Fun. Make sure to subscribe, follow Andrea for more video tutorials. have to do some lives that we can go right onto your channel too, Andrea. So,
Mm.
and you got
I know.
Instagram. Andrea's on Instagram at Happy97, and on LinkedIn as Happy97 as well. And then you can follow John on his Facebook at facebook.com/Pixelingo Media. Follow his page, Pixelingo Media. I got to do my little arrow. I'm a little disorientated here.
It's always interesting. Which way?
And
is this
also on
related?
LinkedIn, Pixelingo.
I am? Oh, yes, I am.
And John is also on Instagram at Pixelingo JW for John Williams.
All true.
And then Heinrich, smart enough to keep everything all in one. So Heinrich is at Linktree, which is linktr.ee at H Heigl,
How many of those you had?
where you'll see him with his chemistry beaker.
Yes,
How many of those
because
have
we
you had?
are all also in the support community, so you all have the chance to talk to us, or better, to write to us if you have any kind of question, and you go click on the support community link, and you have some
That's
kind
right.
of question about Photoshop, Lightroom, Adobe Express, Firefly, and all the other programs around Adobe. You always have a chance to write with us, because we try to explain things to you in the support community and answer all your questions. So in homage on this beaker you always see on the top of this beta programs, I enjoy my coffee from this wonderful beaker.
And let me remind everyone that you can subscribe for more digital art, Photoshop, and AI art focused live streams and tutorials on my YouTube at youtube.com/Digital Art Drew. So that's Digital Art Drew on YouTube. I just passed 2,000 subscribers today. So help me get to 4,000. And go back and watch all the lives and all the tutorials and help my watch time hours too. Yeah. So Digital Art Drew on YouTube.
Tell a friend.
That's youtube.com/Digital Art Drew. And you can also find me on Instagram at Digital Artist Drew, and on Behance at Drew Cav. Behance.net/Drew Cav.
I think it also will be interesting in maybe 1 or 2 years to go back to Andrew's channel and rewatch all the Adobe Firefly from the Firefly 4 crew, and imagine about what we talked today, and in 1 or 2 years so much further the images will be so much more advanced. All the modules will be crazy. We are all crazy.
Right. And at the Digital Art Drew is where I will be getting the link to the recording. So when you look to the top of the groups, I will post a link to the recording, which will take you to my Digital Art Drew YouTube, where that recording is.
And all the other ones.
Awesome.
So yeah, feel free to share Digital Art Drew, youtube.com/Digital Art Drew, with all your friends, all your creative friends. Tell them to binge watch it all weekend long if they want.
Perfect.
So great. Let's see.
Thank you all for coming.
Rick is giving us a clap there. Thank you all for a crazy great time.
We all crazy.
So thanks everyone for attending. Thanks so much, Andrea, John, and Heinrich. Pretty cool stuff. Great little tour of the different features of the different betas. Karen says thank you all.
I'm going to go back to my construction project now.
That's right. Sean's going with Firefly construction. And someone says thanks for all the info and links. Yes. So thanks everybody for joining us, and keep your eye out in the future for more Firefly 4 live events, as well as keep an eye on the top of the group for other announcements, news, updates, and other live events. So as an example, the Photoshop and Lightroom will be having a Lightroom focused live this upcoming week. And in the future, I'm proud to say, finally, after years of trying, I'm going to be doing a live with Terry White, the Adobe evangelist.
I love Terry.
Might have to have some of the Firefly 4 join as co-hosts.
Yes, that would be awesome.
But yeah, Terry White is going to be doing live
with
me. So Someone says awesome. Great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
And,
Bye.
keep your eye out for the different events, updates, and news in all the groups. Thanks for attending. Have a good one.